Good morning. I'd like to spend a few moments talking about a way, and possibly your way, leading to the way, without going into some sort of spiritual or unopposing attributes that does not feel comfortable to the mind, does not lie in tune with your mind. But the object is not only to realize your way, fulfill your way, and accept your way. The object is to take all these three ways and see through them that will expose that pure way. Firstly, we're all born with a purpose of a unique individual way. For example, some are born absolutely into money. They don't have to think about their way. They don't have to work hard about their way. They don't have to accept their way. But they're accepting it the moment they accept that monetary world. So it's quite a natural way for every one of us to accept our human way. However, most cannot even accept or understand or realize their own way, because we have put value on ways. So you have the monetary way, and then you have the intellect way. That child that's born, maybe you, into some sort of really beautiful intellect. And the intellect drives your mind into just absolutely loving what you do. Same as those with the monetary. They absolutely love it because they don't have to think about food, poverty, and all the things that we associate with nowadays in our contemporary mind way of thinking. So the intellect is, if genuine, says, yes, I'm an intellect. That's my way. I'm a scientific intellect, a religious intellect, I'm an entrepreneurial intellect, I'm a wood intellect, I'm a natural environmental intellect, and I love it. And they don't think about anything else. But the value of intellect by others, now really we're speaking to those who don't have a way, or they don't realize their way. Well, I'm just still looking for my way. No, you're born with a natural way. For those, this is about most who think, yeah, my way doesn't involve any pleasure or wisdom or fine way of living. Mine is just going to work every day and fulfilling this life until I die. Because the ego mind, and this has always been the case. It's always been the case since humanity came on the go. There were always the wise. There were always those that fell into some sort of land that was full of riches, and everything came without effort. Throughout the centuries, we've put value on these things. Yes, we value those with the money, and we want some of that way. We value those with the intellect because the intellect will lead to money, because we value that way. Money is the dominant way, you see. So all the rest are measured their way in line with how much wealth they have. Or it could be the success of the intellect, the celebrity. I want to be the celebrity. I'm not caring about the money. I just want people to watch me. I want to sing. I want to do all this stuff. And the singing is the way. Whatever comes from the singing is beyond the way. And we'll come to beyond the way for all, not just for the monetary, for the intelligent, for the man who just loves being with his family way. No more interested in anything other, just loving my family way. The singer way, the artist way. All of these are ways in a human aspect. And we have accepted, unfortunately, that for most, that if we live our way truly, be it the monetary or the family way, and we just go through life and we kind of like what we do and we're acceptance of what we do, we fulfill the role. But the role is to see through the way. I realize my purpose. Let's call it purpose. I realize my purpose. I understand fully my purpose, and I accept fully my purpose. So therefore, I'm happy, I'm content, and with whatever takes place. What is beyond the contentment? What is beyond the purpose of being here? Not to find God, not necessarily to find God, not in a particular past way, but a new understanding of who it is that realizes their way, who it is that understands the way, and who it is that accepts the way. Because when the way becomes the passion, the liver of the way just falls into the way, which is perfectly okay. If you live a happy, content life, you fall into your way and you live this way. But you've left this planet, or you've left this body, not fully understanding what you are, who you are. How can you move on? How can you transfer into the next living way until you know what you are? Unless you want to come back many times to live this way. But every way will be different. Every way is unique, you see. But I want to come back to the human way and say, you, in your average Joe suit, with an average Joe life that has unfortunately not accepted your average way, and that what is understood about your average way, seeks to find that perfect way for mostly cash, a better way of life, a name in Wikipedia, a tombstone with wonderful engraved, so much writing that the tombstone is the size of a skyscraper, a high-rise flat. You're not accepting of the average way, because the average way doesn't say intellectual, monetary, scientific, religious, family. In fact, I've had to turn to alcohol and drugs to find something better than this way. You see, it's the inacceptability of what we are. Even with our ego mind state, I'm not happy with what I am because I want some of that action that one's got. I want some of that wealth that someone's got. I want some of that intelligence that someone's got. The average one has went beyond the way when they don't take drugs and alcohol. When they realize there is no way. You see? That one that realizes there is no way, okay, which is the same as accepting the monetary person's realization, understanding and accepting, because they are into the way. This one has accepted that there's no way, so they're out of the way. So the opportunity to discover who was actually looking for the way, who was realizing the way, understanding the way and accepting the way, is far greater for Mr. Average. Mr. Average being the one who that is confused and cannot get out of the, what do they call it? The rat race of just turning up for work, just turning up, just doing the same things, just following the guidelines. So what they blame is, they blame the people with the monetary, those that have intelligence, those that have success, abilities to be the fastest runner, the fastest Tour de France. What about them, you know? Why are they not giving me some of their cash or teaching, or I want some of their skills, their experiences? This is not an advertisement to say Average Joe has made it. Average Joe has the opportunity to truly forget about all the ways. Forget about realizing. Forget about understanding. Forget about accepting, right? That the ways that you are living right now, which may be mundane, poor, pathetic, measurable against other ways, valued, devalued, valued, the opposite ways. I'm poor, you're rich, I want some of your stuff. You're average Mr. Depressive, anxious, stressed man, woman, child. This is the opportunity to go beyond the ways of this external world, this external mind, and drop right in to that what wants to realize, understand and accept something that is alien. Because even in the monetary way, even in the scientific way, the intelligent way, the artist's way, that's not the way. None of these ways are the way, the religious way. None of these ways are the ways for now. Actually, they're not even the ways for later. Because there is a way that is incredibly superior. But not in a I'm better than you now way. A superiority because you found the truth about what you are, who you are. You'll find a recognition that you're not realizing, understanding, accepting a singular way. Something is looking for you as the realization, as the understanding, as the acceptance of a natural, pure, boundless, infinite, limitless, present, aware way that never, ever looks externally or internally for a way anymore, because they have seen through all ways. And when you see through all ways, it's like removing the veil that has been masking your truth. And it was always within you. Because in the words of Jesus Christ, once again, when he gave you the words and you take the words, you say, yeah, all of these ways are great. Some of them are better than others. Some of them are much more cash-worthy than others. Some of them are far more celebrity, status, superiority than others. Some are lesser, wonderful, monk states, liberated, Buddha, that don't have all these ways, but seem to have a way. And they seem to be better than the cash. It's very confusing. So what I'm going to do now, as average Joe, is take Christ's words and say, okay, yeah, I'm going to take them. Thank you, Christ. Here they are for me. Through me. Through me. Through this me. Through this me. Through this I. Through this me, this I. I am the way. I am is the way. And always move away for you to fall into that truth and then come out and see that in this external world there is no way other than you. But you don't measure or value or quantify or compare or have preferences or see opposing states. You don't see a cloud better than another cloud. You don't see another human better than another human. You don't see another animal better than a human, or a human better than an animal. You don't see division. You only see that the way is in all ways. But you have reached the core of the way, where you stand still, silent, keep quiet. And you cannot share this way. No one wants to hear your way. You don't want to expose your way, because your way is the way to the next way. Namaste.